cut off a major road. According to police official Stephen Curry, the old Kijab Dam, located in the Mai Mayu area of the Great Rift Valley region that is prone to flash floods, collapsed and water spilled downstream, carrying with it mud, rocks and uprooted trees. It should be noted that ongoing rains in Kenya have caused flooding that has already killed nearly 100 people and postponed the opening of schools. Elsewhere, Gabonese delegates taking part in the national dialogue completed their mission last Saturday, April 28. The task sought to lay the groundwork for restoring civilian rule. Gabon entered a period of transition after a coup last year.
We discussed about the Gabon of the future, the post-transition Gabon. It was a unique experience, a historic one. And we are satisfied and happy about what happened during this forum.
The forum's highly anticipated report clears ruling General Brice Oligui Nguema to vie for the presidency in the post to be held at the end of the transition. It proposes a strong presidential regime and a 7-year term for the president. Participants kept another controversial proposal, suspending political parties pending the insurance of stricter political rules.
Gabon is not cut off from the world. We are part of an international environment, and international legislations are against suspending political parties.
Selected military officials, politicians, civil society members, youth leaders, traditional rulers and members of the clergy took part in the national dialogue which kicked off on April 2nd. And Burkina Faso suspended the BBC and Voice of America radio stations for their coverage of a report by Human Rights Watch on the mass killing of civilians carried out by country's armed forces. Burkina Faso's communication spokesperson Tony Samariam Corinne Sanu said lately on Thursday that both radio stations would be suspended for 2 weeks and warned other media networks to avoid reporting on the story. According to the report published by Human Rights Watch on Thursday, the army killed around 223 civilians, including 56 children in villages accused of cooperating with militants.
And that does it for the first part of the news. Talking Point comes up next. Welcome back, viewers. Our guest tonight is Emmanuel Ndewum. He is a civil society actor. Thank you, Emmanuel, for accepting to be our guest on Talking Point tonight. At a time when Cameroonians from all walks of life, adults and the youth, are expecting some changes come next year, some human rights defenders and political actors came out to say there can be no election until the crisis, all the crises in Cameroon are resolved. What can you make of such an outing, especially in such a critical moment in the life of our country?
Thank you very much for that question. And I'll start by saying that at this particular point in time, anybody who has been complaining about Cameroon and the problems of Cameroon, who can see or do anything to deter people from massively registering in the electoral register, that person is the Cameroon's problem at this particular point in time. Those are some of the people who actually need deliverance at this particular point in time. Because I want to believe that we have been talking for so long, but little has been done to unseat the regime in Yaoundé. Let me tell you in all sincerity, Nous has failed to take out Mr. Biya from A to D. Guns in Northwest has failed to take him out from A to D. Guns in the far north region of Cameroon has failed to take him off A to D. Opposition parties who in essence are not there to take power, because if they were there to take power, they would have spoken in one voice. They would have canalized their energy to come together and speak in one voice. Have refused to do so. There come a time in the lives of Cameroonians when everybody is thinking, and I'm believing that the spirit of the wind of change has blown into every Cameroonian at this particular point in time. How can you imagine that even the old women in the quarter, in the village, are clamoring for registration, while people whom we have once respected so much, like Madame Kabang Wala Edith, whom on a personal note I respect so much, and Madame Maximilienne Ngombe, comes out clearly. I am talking and calling their names because I have their communique, telling Cameroonians that everybody going to register at this time or everybody calling Cameroonians to register is a distraction. I wanted to look at it this way. These are people who have non-governmental organizations in Cameroon being funded, and it is alleged, I use the word alleged, being funded by people who are still in this very country. Some who are found in the government in Yaoundé. I want to believe that there's a hidden agenda. And those people who are saying that until war ends in Northwest and Southwest region before they can go to election, those are the beneficiaries of the war in Northwest and Southwest region. If we were to investigate very well, there is a hidden hand behind. There is a reason. Or better still, can we not look at it from the angle that there are some, because Yaoundé is panicking. From the time Yaoundé discovered that everybody was like going in for registration to preparing for vote, their language has changed. And you see that they're doing everything possible to discourage Cameroonians not to vote, of which we say no. I am talking here today as a member of the Cameroon Coalition for Civil Society, which we are on the field every day, and which we have been visiting Elekam. Like the scenario that happened yesterday, which Elekam failed to come to respect the rendezvous of people somewhere. We are working to find out exactly what happened. And I am sending a message to these people who say people should not vote. If these people I've cited have a hidden agenda, which is to deter Cameroonians or to discourage Cameroonians from participating in the election, if they have nothing better to say, they should go quiet, they should go silent. Let the exercise go on, let the people go out and vote. I know, we know that people say Elekam belongs to Mr. Biya, yes. We equally know that Constitutional Council belongs to Mr. Biya, yes. Us as the Coalition for Civil Society this time around, we are just believing in them for the official proclamation of the result. But the new version of Elekam that will emerge will be the Cameroonian people and their vigilance. The new version of Constitutional Council that will emerge will be Cameroonians and their vigilance. And I want to tell you, it is better to go out on the street and fight for your vote than to go out on the street and fight for propaganda. Because all those people like Kawala who have been calling people to stand up for Cameroon, wear black on Friday, go out on the street, she herself cannot go out on the street. Let's be sincere. And let's assume that people accepted to go out on the street. On what basis are they going out on the street? If I can opt, I and Jim Emmanuel, to lead the crowd and go to prison, if I'm fighting for my vote that I casted, but I will not accept to go to prison, fighting for propaganda. I will not accept to go to prison, leading people on the street for people's personal gains and interests. Time for that has ended. We are telling Cameroonians we are ready. 2025, everybody should stand up, get up. Forget the fact that it is counted and declared by CBDN. We are creating an electronic platform, national, that every vote that shall be dropped in 2025 shall be counted, and nobody shall tamper with it, be it the Elekam, be it the Constitutional Council. And this message should sink and sink real deep to those who are managing such structures. We are saying it, we.
And now, Emmanuel, you spoke of a hidden agenda. What can that hidden agenda be? Or these people, might they have been brought over? Are you of that same opinion? Can you tell us more about the agenda you mentioned in a previous response?
Well, we got an information yesterday because we were supposed to be at Bonamusadi for the registration exercise. At one point in time, we were told that Elekam and we got a piece of news, or it's not a kind of communique, by the Elekam boss that Saturdays and Sundays, Elekam will not be permitted to go down to the field again. Even though after some findings, because it's always good to treat information from both sides, after some findings, we equally got information in the night that his lordship, Sanwet Kleda, is the one who made it clear that registrations around the church vicinities should be stopped. Of course, confronting these two informations gave us an idea that maybe Elekam would have spoken with the church hierarchy without getting back to us, because we left there stranded. But then, in the days ahead, we are going to find out, because we have not yet gotten to Elekam. However, in some areas like in Bonamusadi, in Bonaberi, yesterday, Elekam was on the field at Hotel Bellaville. They registered some people. We are encouraging Elekam to do more and more. Even if it means taking extra time to carry out this exercise, they should do it. Because this is a critical moment in the life of Cameroonians. And I want to think every election in Cameroon used to be a just go free affair. But this time around, it is business, not business as usual. Because this is one of the elections in Cameroon, I can tell you in advance, a revolutionary election that nobody will joke with it. And I'm calling on all the youth, if you don't have a voter's card, you don't have a right to attend any meeting officially now. Those who go to beer parlors every day to obtain beer from friends, before you offer a bottle of beer to a friend, let the friend present a voter's card before it is done. Because in all sincerity, if you go into our archives, the last time Mr. Biya never won election in Cameroon was in 1999. Since then, he has been winning all elections. If elections of 1992, if election of 1992 was massacred by those who own the power in the nation, who could do everything to turn the tables around, after then, it is true that it discouraged Cameroonians. But after then, what have Cameroonians been doing? They have been living in slogans that no, if we vote, our vote do not count. Look, we are not telling people to register and vote only for the president. A tree falls when the roots are cut off. We are equally telling Cameroonians.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel Ndewum. In fact, is dissuading Cameroonians from registering on electoral registers. But like you said, Cameroonians should be determined and stay focused for next year's presidential elections, next year's elections in Cameroon. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Ndewum. So much we had to discuss. We shall continue with that on Talking Point again tomorrow. And viewers, thank you so much for always being with us. Don't go away. Our programs continue. Equinoxe Fry in about 30 minutes with Search Language 2, and the news in the French language comes up at 8 p.m. with Irish Ngonomala. Thank you again for being with us on Equinoxe.